I don't know how long I haven't been on YouTube. I am back. Ever since I moved to Dubai, I promised to make you lots of content on YouTube and to be a lot more active. But with since I came to Dubai, there were a lot of problems and ongoing issues in Gaza, and I wouldn't even call them issues. They are a heartbreaking genocide happening right before our eyes. It was very difficult for me to film during that time. This genocide is still happening. However, I still wanted to create the content that I promised to create for you guys, as I know I got a lot of questions about it. So let's get to it. So just a quick backstory to those of you that don't know. I have lived almost, I would say 90% of my life in Dubai, in the UAE, and then I moved to London for 4 years, and then my husband and I decided to come back to Dubai after that. So most of my experiences in Dubai, but I think 4 years in London is a good amount of time for me to kind of create such a video, give you guys my true and honest opinion. But this video is this video is specifically going to talk about the cost of living in Dubai versus the cost of living in London. I know there's like a lot of videos like this on YouTube, but I wanted to give you guys my take on it, based off of my experience, and yeah, answer your questions. So I would like to start off with the most obvious reason a lot of people from all over the world come to Dubai is because of the income tax. So if you compare Dubai and London, Dubai has 0% income tax versus London, where it starts at 20%, so they take 20% of your salary, and it could go up to 45% depending on how much you earn. So the more you earn, the more tax that the government takes from you, which is crazy, and it kind of demotivates you to earn more, because they're just going to keep taking more, and sometimes it doesn't even make that much of a difference when you, for example, get a promotion. So that's income tax, and let's go to some more fun stuff, like for example the average meal in Dubai versus London. So I'm looking this way, by the way, because I've written everything down on my laptop before I got on here. So average meal in Dubai is £11. Now in all this in this whole video, I'm going to talk in pounds so that it could be very clear, especially for people thinking of moving to Dubai from London, because I know that your brain is programmed in pounds. So average meal in Dubai in like a normal restaurant, so nothing high end, is £11, which equates to around 50 dirhams. And then in London, that's around £17 for an average meal. And then obviously average cup of coffee, because I actually found that to be very shocking, and I know it shocked my husband as well when we came, that the average coffee in Dubai is actually £5, versus in London the average coffee is only £3. So that's a difference. That's the first thing that London's better than Dubai at. And then if we go into rent, average rent in Dubai is £1,240. And again, it really depends where you live and the size of your flat, as anywhere in the world. But an average 1-bedroom flat in Dubai is around £1,240. You can get cheaper, you can get more expensive, obviously the more central you are. Same with London. The average 1-bedroom price in London, and I know you London people are gonna know, are looking forward to this, because in London the rent is crazy expensive, but the average rent is £2,100 for a 1-bedroom flat. And obviously I don't think you can find a lot cheaper than 2,100, to be very honest. I think, yeah, I don't think you can go much lower than that. It could be a couple £100, but not more. But it could get a lot more expensive, even for a 1-bedroom, even for a studio. Oh my gosh, they're like studios for crazy prices if you're like in Knightsbridge or somewhere like really expensive. So it gets crazy in London. So definitely rent is much cheaper in Dubai, even though in the recent years Dubai's rent has also skyrocketed, but it hasn't reached London prices yet, and I hope it doesn't reach, obviously. Which is crazy. On the same topic of rent, if we're going into utilities, so that's like, I don't know, your bills that you pay for your house. On average in Dubai, it's around £180 versus in London, okay, ready for this, it's £315. Now, I want to add, in London, obviously, you need to pay a lot of money for heating because it's really cold, very, very cold. In Dubai, yes, it is hot and you need to have your ACs on the entire time, but most flats, and I say most, not all, have the AC bill included with the rent, so you don't need to pay for that. So that's why it's cheap. That's why your utilities are cheap. Obviously, if your AC was included, then then that number I told you, 180, would be a lot higher. So I recommend, if you're thinking to move to Dubai, make sure that your rent includes AC. So they usually call it here chiller free. That's what it's usually called. Moving on to actually another thing that shocked me about prices here in Dubai is the SIM card, so the SIM package, so like data and stuff like that. In London, it's really cheap, but in Dubai, to get at least 10 gigabytes of internet, of 3G, 4G, whatever, and like of calling package, all of that, it is around how much was that? Did I say? £50. £50 for 10 gigabytes, right? In London, it averages around £30, and I'm pretty sure you can get even less than 30. You can even get a £28 package for unlimited Wi-Fi or unlimited 4G. So there's a huge unlimited data. I swear, if my husband watches this, he's gonna make fun of me because I cannot speak about these things properly. But I think if you guys are girls that are watching me, you'll understand. And if you're a guy, if you are, that's the fire alarm. Let me hear if anyone else is leaving their house. Do you think I should go? That like completely caught me off guard, and I don't even know what I was saying. But I don't hear anybody leaving, so I'm not leaving. Groceries. Groceries was my next point. Now I'm gonna keep this one brief and simple. Groceries are usually less expensive in Dubai than in London, okay? Under one condition, which is you buy local products. If you buy local products from the UAE or Middle East at least, they are your grocery bill will be a lot cheaper in Dubai than in London. But if you are gonna shop with all foreign products, then it could get more expensive. But nonetheless, I think if you have a healthy balance between international products and local products, I think you can still get it for cheaper than London. So that's another great thing. Health insurance. So I think for health insurance in Dubai, for most people, if you are employed by a company, by law they have to pay for your health insurance. So it is a paid health insurance, but it's paid by your employer. It's never paid by yourself. However, if you are a freelancer or someone that owns their own business, you do need to get your own health insurance packages, which isn't too expensive because it isn't too expensive. So like I would say on average it would be like 7,000 dirhams a year. 7,000 dirhams, I didn't convert that, actually I didn't. 7,000 dirhams is 1,500 pounds, which is decent per year. But you do have to pay it one payment. It's not like a monthly thing. So that's quite annoying. And then obviously health insurance, and you don't need health insurance in London unless obviously you want to get private one. But usually it's free by the NHS, so it's free healthcare in the UK. It isn't the best, but it's free. Wi-Fi is another expensive thing in Dubai. So in Dubai, £75 a month versus around £33 a month in London. And then obviously petrol. Like, I don't even think you need me to tell you that petrol is cheaper here because we are in the land of petrol. And then again, my husband's probably gonna laugh at me because I don't know how to say this properly, but petrol is 0.61 pence per litre in Dubai versus 144.3 pence per litre in London. So it's a lot more expensive there. Like, I remember to fill up our car in the UK, it was around £90 versus here, I think if I convert it really quickly, oh shoot, that scared me. If I convert it really quickly, it's around 20 or let's say £30 to fill up your gas tank, so petrol tank. So that's a huge difference. So 90 versus 30 pounds. And then food delivery, I added that on there for those of you that like to get food delivered to their home or don't have time to cook. I'm not going to compare the prices of the restaurants, but I want to compare the price of the service. To get your food delivered home in Dubai, it costs you £1, around 5 dirhams, it's £1. In London, it costs you minimum £5, so it's like 5 times more expensive. Car insurance, I think for those of you that are used to have lived in London all your life, you guys know in London your insurance is, you pay insurance on a person, not a car. So for example, if me and my husband are going to drive the same car, I have to get insurance on the car and pay, and he has to get insurance on the car and pay. So in Dubai, it's not the case. You just get insurance on the car, and whoever wants to drive it can drive it. So that's like, make that clear. Sorry, I froze. So if to make insurance on the entire car and anyone can drive it, it's £320 a year for the car in Dubai. In London, it's minimum, and I remember we paid a lot more than this number, but I don't know, I found this as the average online. In London, the average per person is £550 a month, sorry, a year. £550 a year per person for you to drive a car. And then, for example, me and Kemal both want to drive the same car. I have to pay £550. He has to pay £550. So that's £1,000 a year for 2 drivers. Versus Dubai, you just pay £320 a year, and anyone can drive your car. That's great. And then last but not least, I wanted to add something fun to it, which is like a cinema ticket, so a ticket to the cinema. On average in Dubai, the ticket to the cinema is around £14 versus in London it's £10. So yeah, in total, okay, if you were to look at the list that I've just showed you now, the cost of living in Dubai is a lot cheaper than London, a lot cheaper. I think apart from coffee, SIM card, Wi-Fi, these 3 things that I've mentioned, apart from these three things, the other 11 things I've mentioned were all cheaper in Dubai, and they're like by miles, by a lot. So yes, it is cheaper. However, the reason it's perceived as Dubai is more expensive than London, or Dubai is really expensive full stop, is because of the lifestyle. So because when you come here to Dubai, the sun is shining, you have a great social life, you want to go out, you're more prone to spending money and spending your salary, versus in London, it's gloomy, it's dull, you know, people are busy, the city's huge, you don't have time to meet anyone, so you're more prone to sit at home and not spend your money, which is why it is perceived that Dubai is more expensive. But at the end of the day, when London, you reach the end of the month and you have no money, so it's the same thing. So yeah, I hope that was useful. Let me know if you need a part 2, and if you want a part 2, what about part 2 do you want? So like, I know I haven't talked about things like schools, children, lifestyle, things like that. So let me know if that's what interests you. I talked about the things that I have like personally experienced, but I'm happy to talk about other things as well. Let me know. I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe. It really matters. Every like counts. I love you guys, and see you next time. Bye.